Really? Does that even make sense? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Guys, I was just like, it was so cringy that I had to fast forward. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, aka Princess Audu. So this is not a movie review channel, but I watched Namaste Wahala, Netflix's Namaste Wahala recently, and I just had to come on here and talk because we need to talk about this, okay? So if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw I started talking about this. I just feel like I have so much to say that I just have to get on here and do a video. Guys, have you seen Namaste Wahala? It came out yesterday on the 14th of February on Netflix, and if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, I'm going to be revealing a lot of stuff in the that happened in the movie. Of course, I probably can't post clips because that might get like copyrighted with Netflix and everything. So I'm just going to be talking about it. If you haven't watched the movie, pause this video and go and watch the movie so that when I rant, you can kind of flow with me, guys, because we just have to talk about this. The thing about Namaste Wahala was I had really high expectations from it, okay? I watched the trailer, and when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, this is going to be a cheesy rom-com or romantic comedy. You know, we're going to have the nice romantic moments, and it will be nice having an Indian twist to it because I love Indian movies. I watch a lot of Bollywood movies, and I was like, hey, Nollywood, Bollywood, coming together. Let's check this out, especially because of the way it was promoted. It was really exciting, and guys, I was honestly disappointed. Yeah, the movie was quite underwhelming. So, first of all, this is a rom-com, right? So, we have the first scene where the two main characters, they're the Indian and Nigerian couple. So, they had that meet-cute, the romantic meet-cute moment in every rom-com. Basically, the romantic meet-cute moment in every rom-com where the two main characters meet before. So, they met at the beach. It was awkward, but, that's the cheesy part. So, I was like, okay, this movie might not be bad. They met at the beach. The next thing you know, the guy is like, I gotta find this girl. Typical rom-com. So finally they attend the same party together and Raj meets her and he's like, finally meets her. What's her name in the movie? Guys, can you imagine? I don't remember her name. Wait, let me pause this video so I can get her name. So guys, I just checked. Her name is Didi in the movie, and I also checked the guy's name. His name is Ram Salam or something. I'm not going to try to blunder his name, but his name is Raj. So let's call him Raj in the movie. Okay, so Raj meets this lady, Didi, the Nigerian couple. So let me just even talk about it. Basically, Namaste Wahala is Bollywood meets Nollywood, and a Nigerian girl falls in love with an Indian guy, and then they're trying to go against, their family who are not in support of it. The movie takes place in Lagos, Nigeria. So we see the Indian mother travel all the way from India to come and pour sand inside the Gary of Raj. Like, I'm against this relationship. So typical rom-com with the families being against the relationship and them navigating other stuff. So let's talk about the first proper meeting, right? So they meet at the party, right? A party where it happens that Didi is there with Raj, the two main characters. Didi is Nigerian, Raj is the Indian guy. And then he meets her and he's like, if it's meant to be, it is meant to be. If you haven't watched this movie, please go and watch it so that we can you can flow with me, okay? And then he goes like this, I'm going to marry you. And she just stands there looking dumbfounded, and then the friends are all there with the dramatic, the wink winks. And I thought that was weird. I mean, come on. I know it's a movie, but if you were to meet a guy in real life and he told you he was going to marry you straight up, isn't that a red flag? Anyways, so after that scene, guys, oh my God, we jumped into another scene where it turned into a Bollywood movie and they were singing and dancing. See, when it came on, I was so confused. I was like, what is going on here? Because one minute they're like, I'm going to marry you. Then we jump into the scene, and then next thing they're singing and dancing, and it was so awkward. Especially that scene on the couch where Didi and Raj were kind of like doing that romantic thing, caressing their faces. I was like, what is then to make matters all worse, it turns out that was all the romance. That was it. So guys, that was all the romance. Like, that was it. We didn't have any like first dates, no nothing. Like, that was it. And I was so confused because I'm like, this is a romantic film. Then the next thing you know, we have this whole scene where they met, he was like, I want to meet your parents. So guys, honestly, I really feel like this movie was really confusing, okay? It's supposed to be a rom-com. Then we jump into like serious, a law scene where we had a victim of physical abuse, right? So one minute it's all, romance film. Then the next minute it's all serious lawyer film with her going against her father. I'm gonna crush you. I'm not backing down from this fight. Guys, I was so confused for most of the movie, and I was actually kind of like disappointed. By the way, that dancing scene I talked about, I actually didn't watch it till the end. It was so cringy that I had to fast forward. Like, I kept fast forwarding because I was like, I mean, funny enough, I actually don't mind dance scenes in Bollywood movies. I guess they were trying to incorporate that, but it made sense there, Sha. Made sense. And oh gosh, I just feel like it was all over the place, okay? 1 minute we have gang, law with the whole dramatic thing. Then we have romancing, him fighting against his mom. Oh, and another thing we have to talk about. Guys, let's talk about some scenes that were unnecessary. The first scene being with when Raj's mother was coming at the airport, she was talking with the Lagos driver like that. The guy was wearing singlets. See, guys, I know the Lagos drivers are, people are wild. But to be honest with you, I refuse to believe. You guys may correct me that the driver is that wild. Like, what is the meaning of that? In an airport, by the way, do Nigerians talk to foreigners that way, to Oyibo people like, do we really, I mean, come on. That was so unnecessary. And the friend as well, Raj's friend, the Nigerian guy, I feel like he was a completely useless character. I get what they were trying to do there by putting him there to kind of add humor. Every rom-com has a friend of somebody. There's always that friend that is funny. In American movies, usually a black friend, but that guy was just completely unnecessary. In fact, he was annoying. So we didn't even get to see them go out. And then we also didn't get to see any real romance. And guys, the chemistry between both characters was cringe. Like when they were together and they were trying to kiss on the couch, when they were watching a movie and their eyes kept doing like this before they kissed. That was just so awkward. Like, the chemistry was all wrong. Okay, so the Indian guy was good looking, and to be honest, you're actually indeed Didi, right? The Nigerian lady in the movie. I honestly watched her in Skinny Girl in Transit, where she acted as a bad guy in the office who tried to mess things up for Tiwa, and she was later exposed. I think was it Zainab or Khadija? I can't remember. I've never liked her from that first part she played. So when I saw that she was in this, I was like, let's see how this goes. And it turned out that it didn't go well. Another scene that was completely unnecessary was that scene where Didi made Indomie and then the mom made Indian food. First of all, how is it possible that she's making Indomie that takes like 15 minutes to get ready? Because it didn't look like she garnished it. She just made it normal. How is it possible that the mom made Indian food, like a whole platter of Indian food, at the same time that the Indomie was ready? How? So Didi shows up with a plate of Indomie and the mom comes out with a whole array of Indian food. And now Raj is supposed to choose between Indian food and Indomie. Really? Does that even make sense? Which person would pick Indian food over Indomie? And to even make, like, it doesn't even make sense. Guys, I was just like, yes, I get that you guys were sponsored by them, but you couldn't think of something better? What about the scene where Didi's Indian friend finally talks to the Indian mother about how Didi may not be a bad sister, bad daughter-in-law, that she should check it out. After like 10 minutes of the discussion, she changed her mind and she went to go and see Didi's workplace, and that was the end. How does that even make sense? I remember watching it, I was like, I know it's a movie, yes, it's a film, but can we make it at least make a little bit of sense? Well, what's the meaning of that? How can somebody who was against the relationship from the very beginning just agree after a 10-minute conversation? Yes, I'm doing my hands like this because I'm really annoyed. And another thing I even want to say, I love Joke Silva, by the way. She looks amazing. Oh my God, this woman has aged so well. But I really felt that her being paired with RMD was a bit odd. I don't know. Somehow it seemed like he looked too old for her. I know recently we've been seeing RMD playing the father figure, but I know him more as the rich guy in movies, the rich playboy. He's still good looking even though he's older now. It just felt a little weird. Like, the casting was just weird. Seeing him as her dad and Joke Silva as the mom. They didn't really go. I think in this film, actually, Olu Jacobs would have done really well. You know how his street voice, I forbid you. I guess they put RMD because he is RMD after all. And I just have to say, though, like, the movie was, but I loved Didi's friend, Didi's curvy friend. I looked for her the other day. Her name is Annie. I can't remember. Is it Annie? This lady is stunning. I know her from Rumor Has It. And guys, she was an amazing actor. I think she's one of the best cast in the show. Beautiful, beautiful lady. But honestly, guys, I really feel like Namaste Wahala was Wahala. It was just like, if you haven't watched the movie and you're trying to think if it's worth your data, guys, it's not worth your data. But I say watch the movie so that when you watch rant videos like this, you can definitely join it. And I'm actually quite disappointed, especially because of the hype that was associated with it and the fact that it came out on Valentine's Day. Because I was like, this Valentine's Day, I'm going to watch this movie. I have something to do. And I watched it and I was like, I think that was the most disappointing part. First of all, the movie sucked. But secondly, it came out on Valentine's Day. So I had a high expectation. After watching the trailer, I was like, this is going to be a cheesy rom-com. Then to make matters worse, it now came out on Valentine's Day. It was something to look forward to. And the movie was like, have you watched Namaste Wahala? What did you think about the movie? Comment down below. And if you haven't watched the movie, let me know what you think about the reviews you've been seeing lately. Guys, I really feel like Netflix could have done a whole lot better. And it's unfortunate because this movie was actually directed and produced by an Indian lady who said it was based on her life. She basically grew up in Nigeria as well. That would have been like a great opportunity for her to come out and show herself. But it was just like a little bit scatter with it being all over the place. If you haven't watched the movie and you're considering it, maybe you might want to save your data unless you have Wi-Fi. I do think you should watch the movie so when people rant about it, you can like put smiles because it's sweet. The gist is sweet. But I did a long rant on my Instagram stories and I just felt like coming on here. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. You can share this video. Comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts about the movie. And hey, if you love the movie, feel free to say that as well. I mean, I respect your opinion. I mean, I question it, but I respect it. So if you love the movie, feel free to say that as well. But overall, that movie was just like, I feel like it had so much potential and it's such a shame to see it go that way. Like I said, the only major highlights was Joke Silva. She looks beautiful. And Didi's friend, I believe her name is Annie, who was also beautiful. And I just loved her acting and loved the character. So much could have been done differently, but hey, I'm not the director. I'm just a consumer. So yeah, that was a fail, a letdown, and my heart is broken because that was my Valentine's Day plan. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't worry, my next video will probably be a vlog or something on modesty or fashion. Till next time.